Hello, guys. My name is Greg. Welcome to my channel, AI Life OS. Today, I have a pretty interesting scenario where I'm basically going on a road trip to North Carolina from the East Coast. And as you know, my channel is basically where I try to integrate AI or ChatGPT specifically into every aspect of my life. Like I said, I use it for important thing or mundane, small things. It's about getting the most usage out of it, just so I can, uh, see exactly, what I can get, from the technology. Yeah, so on that trip, typically I've made the trip before. It's not, my first time. However, I just decided to put it in chat. Basically, and this is how I'm going to start. The first thing I'm going to basically the way I'm going to phrase the context, for it. First, I said keep my address. I put a fake address right now, which is 11 AI Life Street, Town, California, whatever, whatever, and location, Town, California, hidden as home address and town home and hometown. So I want chat to actually know my real address, home address, and also town. However, in the chat, I want them to appear as home address and hometown instead of the actual information. And then I said, I'm going on a road trip to UNC Charlotte in North Carolina this Thursday. Uh, I want to make it there by 12 p.m. I'll be driving a 2015 Honda CRV EX. The reason why I tell you exactly which car I'll be driving is because of the next uh, piece of information, that I ask it to find out, basically as far as the gas mileage. And then I said, calculate the best time for me to leave to make it there on time. And then based on the gas mileage of the CRV, figure out how many stops I'll have to make along the way. Also determine which rest stop for me to stop at before my gas tank is less than a quarter full. 'Cause typically, when I make the trip, along the way, you just keep looking at, uh, uh, your gas tank, and before you run out of gas, you find the nearest rest stop to pull into and everything and fill up. So this time, I want chat to actually calculate it and tell me exactly which rest stop, would be best for me to stop before my gas tank is less than a quarter, along the way. So that's basically what I'm going to start, and then I'll send it, and we'll see what chat comes back with, and then I'll continue basically to add to it, as we go along. Okay, after about 6 minutes and 47 seconds, I got the results, and it's basically just showing UNC Charlotte, pictures of it here, and tell me I'll refer to your start point as home address, hometown, because remember I specifically ask it to hide my home actual home address as home address instead of the actual address. So now tell me best departure time to reach UNC Charlotte by 12 p.m. on Thursday. So typical drive estimate from your area to Charlotte about 590 to 600 miles, about 9.5 hours nonstop, but can push to 11 hours depending on traffic. So, for me to arrive by 12 p.m. with one fuel stop, a reasonable buffer. Uh, it recommends I leave around 1:15 a.m. Latest around 2 a.m., which is actually exactly around the time I was, thinking about leaving. Uh, For gas, how many? Okay, so for the gas range now, so it tells me, from the type of car that I'll be driving. Fuel tank, 15 gallon, miles per gallon, 34. Uh, to keep the tank above a quarter, you can only use 3/4 of the tank before stopping. And then it basically calculate I'll be using about 11 gallon of gas before that. And then fuel stop needed here, one uh, before stop to take, uh, best stop to take before you drop below quarter tank. Best do everything stop, fuel, bathroom, stretch. So I need to plan my stop around 340 and 360 miles. Mark, enter the drive, keep you safely above quarter tank. Basically a solid option, and then now it's going to give me the recommended rest stop along the way. TA Express Warfield on I-85, that's in around the Virginia area. Yep, exit 39 in Warfield, Virginia. And timing, if you leave at 1:15, you'll typically reach that 340, 260 miles window by 7 a.m., give or take. And now it says, if you specifically want a rest stop, rest area, that means someone just want to rest. You actually don't want gas. That's not what I want. Just a straight drive. Just want to stop for fuel. And it gives you an actual rest stop where you actually can stay, and then if you don't want fuel, basically. Yep, the Alberta Safety Rest Area. Use it for a quick break, then grab fuel at the next convenience store. Right, so now if you tell me whether your CRV is all-wheel drive or two-wheel drive, and whether you're starting on a full tank, I can tighten the mileage window even more, which is, so let me give you that information that it is an all-wheel drive, and of course, I will start with a full tank, and then see what it comes back with. Okay, uh, I've got the results after 2 minutes and 52 seconds. Perfect. All-wheel drive, starting full tank. Keep your start point label as home address. Leave time. Leave time to arrive around 12 p.m. Basically just summarizing the information. It gives me the recommended departure time now at 12:30 a.m. I personally push for 1:30. Why so early? It helps you clear the DC Richmond. Okay. The fuel math, for the car, give me basically the same thing it gave me earlier as far as the mileage and everything. Um, how many fuel stops, with a 600-mile drive and stop. So just one stop. Best stop before you drop below quarter tank. The Petersburg, Colonial Heights, and Virginia. Okay. On right around the I-95, I-85 transition. Yeah, a solid, easy option. Okay. If you mean a true highway restaurant, no, I don't need that. Yeah, that's for actual rest stop where you don't just need gas. Okay, if you want, tell me whether you prefer fewer stops versus shorter, faster stops, and I'll pick the single best one. Done location, clean bathroom, food, easy. on and off for that. If you want, tell me whether you prefer fewer stops versus shorter, faster stops. Okay. No, I think that's good enough. All right, but you know what? Let me tell it and then see what it comes up with. Okay, so I tell it to pick the best stop with clean bathrooms, food variety, easy on and off, and it comes back with best single stop, clean bathroom, lots of food, easy on and off. Lowest travel stop, which is on I-85, exit 15. Give me the address and everything. Yeah, easy on and off, right off the highway on exit 15. Subway, McDonald's, the usual travel center snacks and drinks. Clean bathrooms, frequently mentioned in travel reviews, and fuel timing. Your must stop before less than a quarter tank. Safe window. Okay, it's about 379. Okay, that's not bad. Ideal condition. So the stops keeps you comfortably inside that limit. Okay. Alright. Tell me, reset trip A to 0 when you leave your home address. Yeah, so I can know exactly, I guess, when I'm about to hit uh, that first stop. Uh, yeah, plan to pull into Loves when trip A is roughly 300 to 340 miles, or when your gauge is just above quarter, whichever happens first. If you leave around 12:30, you'll usually hit this stop around early morning, 5 to 6:30, depending on pace traffic. All right, and I believe that's it. Yep. So that's basically me putting my road trip into Chat GPT just so I can get some information. And I said now I have it. It's safe. I can always come back, add to it, ask more questions, ask more specific information if I want to. And so that's definitely the advantage of having access to AI. It's like you have all these different assistants you can just have taking care of different things for you, and you can call them at any time of the day to ask them questions or give them things to do. So thank you very much for watching. Uh, Again, my name is Greg, and this is AI Life OS. God bless you.